And to a certain extent, well, we don't necessarily want to go back to days where we had to cut the lawn with a scythe, and people don't want to do that. I guess the question is, if you do gardening, then that's great as a pastime and a form of activity. Maybe you don't necessarily want to get leaf blowers because it's just as easy to rake the leaves up. So I guess not taking exercise completely out of our daily lives is a good thing, and any form of exercise activity can build into your daily life, then the better.
The fourth domain is active transport activity. This is the activity involved in getting from one place to another. Over the past century, active transport activity has declined markedly among the general population. Today, active transport is naturally far more common among pre-driving age people than among those old enough to get a driving licence.
Using active transport, which really means catching public transport, so you have to walk to and from it, or cycling or walking to work or to school, is one terrific way of building exercise back into your lives. What we've seen over the last 30 years is really quite dramatic shifts away from active transport and since driving either our kids to school or driving ourselves to work. And that means all that exercise, we've lost it. But it's more than possible to build that back into your lives.
Active transport is considered activity that we do, such as walking, cycling or using public transport over a significant distance to get to a specific destination. So things like walking to work or to school or to the shops is considered active transport. Walking for exercise with no specific destination is not considered active transport. That would be a leisure time activity. So active transport, we're going to a specific destination.
Domains of physical activity relate to 4 areas of people's lives where activity can and should occur. One domain is occupational activity, which is carried out in the course of an individual's occupation. Another domain is leisure time activity, done outside of work time. A third domain is household and gardening activity. Active transport is the 4th domain, activity in getting from one place to another. Physical activity takes many forms, and a useful way to consider the different forms is considering a multi-level physical activity program that accounts for various types of physical activity. Making up the first level are lifetime physical activities, which are activities that can be carried out as part of daily life. They are generally performed easily and relatively inexpensively, and they require minimum equipment.
With the base of the pyramid, including the activities we want people doing most. They're lifestyle physical activities, things like walking or riding a bike, climbing the stairs instead of taking the lift, doing yard work, playing golf. And we recommend that people do this on a daily basis, all, if not most days of the week, at least a moderate intensity, ideally for around 30 minutes a day.
The next activity level involves aerobic activity or active sports and recreation.
Level 2 consists of 2 different areas, including active aerobic activities such as jogging or bike riding or participating in an aerobics class. And the other aspect of level 2 is participating in active sports recreation. So we'd like to see people do active sports on 3 or more days a week, 3 to 6 days, at a moderate to vigorous intensity. At this level is where we see aerobic benefits or improved fitness rather than the base level. The recommended duration is around at least 20 minutes per session.
The next level involves specific exercises for flexibility and strength. Examples include stretching and weight training. In the case of flexibility exercises, these should be done for between 15 and 60 seconds in repetitions of 1 to 3 sets, a minimum of 3 and up to 7 days a week. For strength and muscular endurance, 1 to 3 sets of exercises involving 8 to 12 repetitions are recommended, 2 to 3 days a week. Finally, rest or inactivity. It is recommended that this be done infrequently and for short periods of time only. A physical activity program involves different levels of activity. Level 1 involves lifestyle activities done every day, conveniently and inexpensively, including walking and household chores. Level 2 involves aerobic activities and sports, which should be done on all or most days of the week at moderate to vigorous intensity. Level 3 involves activities for flexibility and strength, including stretching and weight training. Level 4 involves rest and inactivity. Measuring physical activity levels among people is an important means of assessing a society's general health and fitness. There are various ways in which this is done. Some methods are subjective and others are objective. Such monitoring and assessment is considered vital for governments and other organisations, which are involved in planning and promoting health programs. The more physical activity that individuals do, the fitter and healthier they are, and this brings many benefits to individuals, communities, and entire nations.